Protesting members of the Islamic movement in Nigeria have shot dead a senior police officer, DCP Umar, who was in charge of operations at the Federal Capital Territory Police Command. He was reportedly gunned down as he tried to pacify rampaging Shiite members who disrupted commercial activities and vehicular movement during their protest at the Federal Secretariat Abuja today. He was immediately taken to an undisclosed hospital where he died. The force headquarters saw policemen mourning the deceased, who they described as a very kind man. The protesters also destroyed vehicles, while a channel's television reporter was also hit by bullets. His identity and condition could not be immediately ascertained. But recently, the news reaching us is that a member of the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, serving with Channels Television, Precious Owolabi, is dead. The 23-year-old died of a gunshot wound he sustained while covering the clash between the police and Shiite protesters on Monday in Abuja. The management and staff of Channels Television are greatly saddened by the untimely and unfortunate death of such a promising journalist. They pray that God will grant his family the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss and avail his soul eternal rest. Earlier, we spoke to NUJ President Chris Isiguzo on Precious Owolabi's death.
What happened yesterday, the death of Precious Owolabi, is regrettable. It's really unfortunate that we still go through such a very terrible experience in a democracy. Somebody that set out in the morning to go do his job and he could not come back, could not get back to his family, is really, really sad. My heart goes out for the family. And indeed, I pray that his soul will find peace in the bosom of the Almighty. But beyond that, the ongoing protests in Abuja by the members of the Shiite Islamic sect is avoidable. One message is clear. They want their leader released. And I'm aware that the court has already ordered the release of El-Zakzaky. And this is a democracy. One of the key ingredients of democratic governance is respect for rule of law. And a situation where we don't have respect or regard for rule of law, that means we are giving room for anarchy. And that's exactly what is gradually playing out. And I want to indeed ask the federal government to quickly do the needful, because all these lives that we are losing on a daily basis on account of the continued detention of El-Zakzaky is not the best for us. The level at which blood is flowing across the country is not good for us. So government must rise to the occasion and do the needful quickly. And to our colleagues, there is no story that is worth anybody's life. And whenever we set out to do this job, we must report today and be alive to continue to report tomorrow, and not become the news ourselves tomorrow. We must be extremely careful. And for media houses that send people out to do cover stories for them, we must be well equipped. That's why at the NUJ, we have always made it very clear. The issue of insurance cover, the issue of equipping journalists is not just about giving them ID cards and unleash them to the society. A journalist must be well equipped to be able to do his job. Imagine what happened yesterday. If this young man had put on bulletproof, that stray bullet would not have reached out to him. He would have been protected. He would have been alive today if he had been properly equipped to do that job. So media houses must also do their own part of the job, and the journalists must be careful and not to get on the hand's way just because you want to get a particular story. And government must end these protests. This is the time to do that. We don't need to have and lose more lives on account of this avoidable disagreement between the Shiite members and, of course, the police.